Okay.
You got it on my lips or something, don't
No.
you? Okay. All right. Compose myself. Hey everybody, it's Merlin here, and it is like 1:30 in the morning, and crew and I here just saw Avengers: Infinity War, and we're going to talk about it. But I like to go last to build it up, and I also have no idea what I'm going to say, because a lot happened in this movie, so I'm going to force my guest to talk about it. Alright, Gimli, if you please. Spoilers about who's here. First special guest, been on a video before, I believe it was what? Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Welcome back, Goblin?
Yep.
Alright, so Mr. Goblin, and of course, channel veteran here, Troll, been making videos with me on the channel longer than anybody, actually.
I believe so, yeah.
Do you remember the first movie we reviewed together, actually? This is
movie reviewed. I remember the first comic review was Batman R.I.P.
Mm-hmm. But movie
reviewed?
Dread 3D. Very briefly. And, of course, Gimli. Alright, so, Goblin, just generally, how'd you feel about the movie?
Spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free section.
It was pretty good. It ran up a lot better than I thought it would.
Really? You didn't think it was going to be that good?
No. Honestly, like, looking at it, it was like, a lot of people are going to die, so it didn't seem that good. But it actually seemed a lot better.
Oh, wow. Alright. Interesting. Troll, initial thoughts?
I really liked it. I heard a lot of mixed views on the movie from people who have seen it and reviewed it. I didn't watch all the reviews. That's just general thing. I can understand why. This movie has a very interesting and unique ending. It leaves you. It really hits you.
It definitely could give you mixed feelings.
If you're a comic book fan, the ending is pretty much
what you'd expect.
What you would expect for the first half of the story, at least. This is definitely a part one, even if they don't have part one on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But overall, you liked it, right?
Overall, I liked it. You got everyone in there. Everyone was doing something people didn't expect to be in showed up. And a lot of stuff happened. Thanos, this is probably the best Thanos I've ever seen. Thanos is normally just a one-note, kind of pathetic villain, really. Once you get as a person, at least. This one's got a lot more going with him. He's done really well.
He has character.
He has character.
He has feelings.
And it makes me look forward to actually how he's going to do Cable and Deadpool next month.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Josh Brolin's awesome. And Gimli, initial thoughts?
It was very good. I was kind of worried of how they were going to mingle all the different Marvel characters, but I think they did pretty good on it overall.
All right, sweet. And I guess Troll, you can give my initial thoughts.
Zoom all the way in.
Make sure you get like the best angle possible. See, I'm giving everybody, I'm putting everybody on the spot. Like, yes, work the camcorder. Yeah, I really liked it. Like, I was like in all honesty, that's why I'm like, normally it's very rare that like a movie leaves me kind of like speechless. I'm just like, wow, so much happened. There was just so much awesome, but it wasn't just fun. There was a lot of like emotional stakes and like some really, really good moments. And you're right. I think comic book fans, if they've read Infinity War, know this is kind of where the story goes for the most part, but adding the nuances of the universe and
Infinity Gauntlet. It's even more like Infinity Gauntlet than the sequel Infinity War.
It is. It is a lot more like, at least this first part is a lot more like the initial Gauntlet storyline. But like you said, Troll, I think that if you don't know the comics as well, you might be like, oh no, these characters that I love, what's happening, what's going to happen next. And even I like don't know exactly what's going to happen, so I'm really curious to see what happens next, but I'll take it. And I guess if you guys have thoughts initially, whoever's ready, or we could just dump into... Okay, Troll's ready. Spoilers from here on in, whatever you want to talk about, let's go, and we'll get through this.
People fucking die in this one.
So many people.
So many die. People are like, oh, no one dies in Marvel movies. They fucking remedied that this time.
Oh my gosh.
In the first scene, two major characters die. Both Loki, for real this time.
For real, yeah.
And Heimdall. Both die in the very opening of this movie.
And rather unceremoniously.
And like before, okay, we're going to get to it. Thanos gets the damn gauntlet, he snaps his fingers, half the universe dies. That's how this fucking movie ends.
Oh, yeah. Half of your characters and everyone else just fade away.
Half this fucking movie ends. But even before they get to that point,
people die.
Yeah, he kills the Collector, and I think everyone in Nowhere, he he throws Gamora off a cliff to her fucking
to get
death
the Soul
to get the Soul Stone.
Oh,
People,
Which I think I liked that the best.
that was really good.
it showed that he had more character to him because in order to get Soul Stone, he had to murder, he had to sacrifice someone he loved.
I will admit, I kind of knew that's where they were going, but still, it was
very
done.
obvious, but it was really interesting, and she didn't see it.
That was good. Like she realized, you're never gonna get the Soul Stone because you don't care about anybody. How could somebody as evil as you actually feel love? And it's like, and then she's like, oh no.
And for comic book fans, they actually did like a throwback to the original where he's torturing Nebula and holds her in stasis and torturing her. They don't do exactly like it, but they do something very similar to that with her in this movie to begin with.
They almost do like an artwork with her. Like when you first walk in, she looks all whole. Then you see her from a side view, and she is not whole at all.
Oh yeah, that was a good visual trick.
Yeah, it's like artwork, the way certain artworks.
And I mean, keep your points. Just I think that was just one example of just the visuals of this movie, just being really cool, like just really solidly done.
Thanos' face also works better in the movie than it did in like the advertising.
Yeah.
Like, Star-Lord did call him Scrotum Chin at one point.
And they call him Grimace and stuff.
Yeah.
But he looks good. Really good for a fully realized CG character. It's and I know I'm probably going to say this, but I know it's the writing was pretty good. But I think really the thing that elevates him
right the fuck out of the water.
It is. And not just CGI, but the acting Josh Brolin does, like really his voice.
You care about Thanos.
You somehow, as evil as he is, you can kind of understand where he's coming from.
He has a much better reason for doing it than he does in the comics. In the comics, he does it just so like Death Senpai noticed me.
Yes,
that's his whole thing. In this one, he has reasoning. It's like understandable reasoning.
Yeah,
it's completely fucking insane reasoning.
Yeah,
but it's reasoning. You get why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And by the way, the reason why half the universe dies is because Star-Lord's a dick.
Yeah, Star-Lord fucked that all up for everyone.
Absolutely.
You want me to explain why?
Oh, go ahead unless anybody has anything to inject. We're all going to go over thoughts and keep going until we run out.
Superhero Group A.
Yeah, the party divides a lot in this. So many different plots.
Superhero Group A, filled with Tony Stark,
Star-Lord, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange,
Mantis, and Drax.
Yeah.
They have this plan to grab Thanos and rip the gauntlet off of him.
Oh, yeah.
And it's working. It almost fully works.
He grabs it by the tips of his fingers.
They actually get it off of him for a split second.
He grabs it by the tips of his fingers.
Because Star-Lord's a dick and he hears about Gamora's death. He completely loses it, starts hitting Thanos in the head, which knocks off Mantis, and causes him to snap back, and right as Spider-Man's pulling it off of his goddamn hand, he grabs it back and takes it back, and thus half the universe, and thus a few more things happen, but that's the reason why half the universe
pretty much why it loses. Oh, man. Yeah,
one of them should have just shot fucking, all they were doing is like, bam, alright.
just put him away for a little bit, for a while.
Yeah, that part was the one part I'm like,
come on, man.
I know Star-Lord has been trying to be kind of an immature dick at times, but no. Not even he is this stupid.
Well, he gets punished for it.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Like I said, half the universe goes away, and that doesn't mean unimportant characters. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Groot.
Lovable, likable Drax,
Star-Lord, Mantis, Nick Fury, Bucky Barnes.
Yeah, like people that have emotional stakes in.
Hill.
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill.
Is it Sam? Or
Falcon.
Yeah,
Falcon.
Dear God, they don't even know that Falcon went down.
They're like, hey, Falcon, where you at?
Is calling his name.
Sam, where are you at, man?
In the jungle at the end because he can't find him.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in Wakanda.
Yep.
So who are we left with? We're left with Tony Stark. We're left with, and Doctor Strange is gone too.
Doctor Strange died. Yep.
We're left with Tony Stark, Nebula, Raccoon, Thor.
Say Cap.
Black Widow, Hulk,
Rocket.
Vision, fucking
Scarlet
Witch
Witch
both go
dead.
down, too.
Yeah. Oh,
still there.
Rocket
and Hulk.
Hulk is kind of there.
Kind of like in the beginning, Hulk gets into a fight with Thanos.
Banner's still there.
Yeah.
Hulk is just like, I'm not coming out for this. This is shit.
In the beginning, Hulk gets into a fight with Thanos. Thanos kicks the shit out of him, and afterwards the Hulk is afraid of Thanos.
Oh yeah.
Hulk's like, I'm not
Hulk
coming
doesn't
out
want
there.
to come out.
He's
Banner
like,
has to
fuck
fight in a Hulkbuster armor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is an interesting way to go. I gotta
That he
admit.
barely knows how to control, but he managed to make it work.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
did well.
I can't. Yeah, he did well in the. But I can't wait to see how that's going to pay off. They made sure that every motherfucker you see in this movie is going to see the next.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're invested. All right. Any thoughts?
Well, there's one more death we got to talk about. But I'm going to let Gimli do that.
All right, Gimli, go ahead.
So, collector.
Oh
His
yeah.
collection. You do see a cameo of Howard the Duck, but he is dead.
Oh, Howard the Duck has met his fate.
Yep. He's sort of in the very end of that scene, hanging upside down, and you can barely make him out, but he's hanging upside down in one of the collector's clear cages.
That was good. I didn't even notice that.
Neither did I.
That's good. Good eye.
I could barely make it out.
All right. Cool.
I gotta agree with Troll. There's so much where stuff goes really well together. Some of it you're a little lost on at first, but I think overall they blended it really well.
Some awesome superhero fighting in this movie too.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange pulls it all out.
The dwarf.
Yes,
course.
Peter Dinklage.
That was hilarious. Seeing him
Tyrion.
huge instead of tiny.
That's worth it just in itself if you watch Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Seeing Peter Dinklage play a giant space dwarf.
Yeah.
that was just fantastic.
That was amazing.
Making
Hilarious.
of
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker is just amazing. Because like, okay, so you get when Guardians meet Thor, it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the stroking of egos and secure egos.
Thor
Is a
nominates
she king.
Thor nominates Rocket as captain.
He's like, you're captain, obviously. And Rocket's like, yeah.
The rabbit is captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls him
So,
rabbit.
Yeah, he thinks he's a rat.
yeah. So
He's not from Earth. He doesn't know what raccoon is.
I guess is that Group B then? Yeah,
Young
go
group.
Let's go with Group B.
Yeah.
So it's Thor, Rocket, and Groot, and they go to make Stormbringer, which
Is his new
is
axe
just
hammer.
amazing. Yeah, axe,
His new
hammer,
/ stick.
and oh my god,
It's so cool.
It's like Mjolnir held him down, but this just brings out all of his power.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you were held down by this. Now try this.
There's multiple epic battles in this movie.
Oh, so much great fighting.
They're like, they did a really good job, I think, of blending this action movie as also you have that romance too.
Yeah.
With Vision and Wanda.
Yeah.
And Gamora and Star
and
Lord.
Gamora.
Yeah, finally.
It's just
After
like
2 movies.
And a little bit with Tony and Pepper at the
Yeah.
beginning. There's a lot of
A very tiny bit of Ned and Bruce.
yeah,
just
tiny
a
bit,
teeny
yeah.
bit.
It's because they
teaser.
it's because they had like a little tiny bit before Banner took off.
Yep, exactly.
Well, not before Banner, before Hulk took off.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah. There's comedy all throughout. It's,
Yeah.
It's a lot of good jokes.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
still-
even just different actions that they do
Yeah.
bring out some comedy.
It's still also but none of the comedy breaks the mood. It's still a very dark, we're fucked mood throughout the entire
Pretty much.
movie.
Yeah.
They keep
Very,
that
very
pretty
bleak,
steady.
yeah.
But the comedy also blends in well with what they're doing.
Yeah.
They didn't go way over the top with it. So
Yeah.
So getting Star-Lord and Thor in the same room is just... that was precious.
yes.
Definitely was.
And then Tony and Star-Lord in the same room was also precious.
I thought through part of the movie that they were going to try and kill Black Panther's sister, and I was like, well, they're not going to end well with that.
No.
They're going to get one pissed off king. But then, no, they got lucky.
No.
That guys got lucky there.
Yeah, they did.
Because they would have done that, that would have been bad.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they lucked out, though. I do think that, I don't know, was it just me, or I really liked a lot of the henchmen, actually. I thought they had kind of distinct
Yeah,
personalities.
how they called Thanos'
children.
father.
Like, they were worshiping him like he was this deity guy.
Well, there's Thanos' other adopted children. You didn't just have Gamora and Nebula. You see the rest of them. They're kind of like his lieutenants in this one.
Like,
and then you had this one really creepy dude who had telekinesis.
I loved that guy.
He was very good.
He was a very,
He
like,
got taken out really easily, though.
well,
Well, it was
no.
really creative.
It was
was
creative.
creative.
They had to cheat to beat him. He was like, he might have been more powerful than Thanos in a way, because, like, you couldn't touch the dang guy.
Yeah, like super mega ultra telekinesis.
He was like Tetsuo from Akira, like, he just that level. It was
I
just,
would think of like almost like Wanda's power, but that level.
Without the red.
Yeah.
without the red.
basically.
He make anything move according to his wishes.
Yeah.
And they had to cheat to beat him.
Because Spider-Man knows pulp culture.
Yes.
Yeah, he's seen aliens.
There you go, guys. Pop culture saves the day.
Yep.
I saw this you ever see this really old movie called Aliens? And Tony just gives them all
Like,
It's like, really? Movies now. And he
That
finally gets
and-
to hug Tony.
he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
He tried doing that in Homecoming. He tried giving Tony a hug, and he was like, no.
Oh, it gives him.
You got to hug him in the end of this.
Yes, with a very sad embrace.
Very sad embrace.
Spider-Man held on, man. Like when Thanos clicks this thing, at first nothing happens, but then you start to see people slowly just turn to dust and like fading away, and it's really fucking tragic the way it looks. And Spider-Man held on for so long. Everyone else is kind of, once it starts happening, it's basically over by the time they figure out what's going on. Spider-Man, though, he's like, no, I don't want to go.
It's like, Tony, I don't want to go.
Tony. I'm sorry.
Dark.
I'm like, holy shit.
He does not want to die.
Like I thought Drax would hold on like longer than what he did, but Spider-Man.
Yeah, Drax kind of just let it happen. He was
Yeah.
like, what the?
And they really show off what those Infinity Stones can do. Like, not the soul or the mind yet,
No.
really, but like he used the fuck out of the reality one. That was his favorite.
Yeah.
And the power.
And the power one is his Gerald Zappy thing. He does makes portals with the space.
Let's
one,
just
too.
throw a planet at Iron Man.
But he loved
Yeah, he got pissed about that. He's like, you throw another moon at me, I'm going to get mad.
so awesome. But like literally, he waves his hand and the entire world around you changes, and that's how. Like he did that a lot, or he can also just like turn Drax into a bunch of stones, pile of stones that fell on the ground.
Yeah.
Turn Manson into like this weird stringy shit.
Like where she has no bones or whatnot.
Yeah, it's just
It
like
was just skin.
It was like something that happened to a cartoon character, but it was so horrific.
It was
like
like
they're
she
still
was
alive
drawn
too, because
and then shredded.
Yes.
it's like and she could tell she was still alive too, because everything was like it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked highly uncomfortable.
A character none of us were fucking expected to see. Red Skull is finally back in this
I don't know.
movie.
That was probably one of my favorite parts. I was like, oh yeah, Red Skull's finally back. That was the way they
Yeah,
worked him.
I kind of figured that was what happened in this one because they made so many hints to it before in other Marvel movies. So I was like, yeah, it's cool that he's here, and just kind of expected it.
All right. Well, I didn't surprise you. I didn't. I was like, oh wow, are they ever going to bring him back? They did. We're about at a minute here, so for space. So, any final thoughts?
Just yours.
I just really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not really that worried though, oddly enough, because this is exactly what happened in comics. I'm perfectly thrilled. I mean, I still felt the emotional hit of seeing all those characters go down, but I can't wait to see how
They get out of
they
it.
fix this. Yeah.
What will Shield do without their leader?
Oh yeah, at the end credits. Yeah.
At the end credits, the end scene, you get to see Nick and Maria Hill. They're driving, and then they start. They get into a crash. And anyway, Captain Marvel is going to be in the next Avengers movie.
Captain Marvel. Oh yeah, and I'm curious.
First playing the original Wasp too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. We have some more time. It was a little abrupt. I want to get all our thoughts in, but yeah, Captain Marvel will be led into the next movie.
It's going to be the next movie. So I'm really looking forward to it. Basically, you see like Nick Fury like activate a thing, and then her symbol comes up on it. So as he turns to dust, but that's really cool. So Joe, just give your final thoughts.
My thoughts. All right, here. All right. Well, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I mean, just want to reemphasize. I think, I think that in a weird way, Marvel really, like, sometimes I go to the movies and I'm just going to have a really good time and just get so invested and drawn to the movie. And this is one of the best Marvel movies to do that. And I think it's probably the best crossover event I can think of, what actually still holds the story together pretty well. Like, there's a lot of things going on, but you're intrigued the whole time. You really enjoy all the characters. And I feel like, yeah, obviously, if you don't know anything about any of the Marvel characters at this point, you'd be so lost. But then what would you be doing here? You got to work up to it. But all that time and investment that you have as a fan is balanced out by all the time and effort and love that was put into the movie. Just every aspect of it was beautiful, I think. And, I really...
Do you think people should bother if they're not caught up?
I mean, I think you could still have a good time, but you will not appreciate what happens to these characters and and the emotions that they've developed over this time if you aren't, invested in Marvel at this point. So there is some payoff there. So as a standalone film, maybe it doesn't work as well, but that is not the point at all. Really, the thing that just impressed me the most is that they turned this villain who I'd never really cared about. He was kind of a jokey, one-dimensional...
He was a ripoff.
He was a ripoff of Darkseid, and it sucks because if Justice League ever comes out now and Darkseid is ever done, they're just going to say, you're just ripping off this great character that
Marvel
Marvel
be trying
created.
to do that now.
They will be trying to. But, I mean, Darkseid's, his ambition is just to kind of remake the universe's own image, which killing everybody, which is like, it's going to seem passé, because Darkseid has never really been sympathetic.
No.
So from a character standpoint, this Thanos is... He might be the best written Marvel villain. He's really up there.
Yeah.
He might rival the Vulture or Loki. And it's one of the big flaws they've been complaining about. A lot of people come up with the Marvel movies is that the villains are usually weak, stock, forgettable. It's a big problem. But Thanos, it's like they had finally explained Gamora's backstory, and just those scenes. They're just so brief, but they are so well executed.
And sad.
In a way,
Thanos
is almost the main character of the movie.
He almost is.
He kind of takes over because it's all about him and his ambitions and him.
And literally
his plan, yeah.
And it's weird, like when you see him succeed, you're like, you almost feel bad for him, and you kind of you see where he's coming from, and that's hard to do.
And when he explains why he's doing what he's doing, it's like, okay, it makes sense.
It's definitely come up before in comic book movies. The villains have similar motivations like that, but it doesn't come off as being overly cliche. You're right. I think there were a lot of good jokes, but they weren't. It wasn't like Thor Ragnarok where there were some really important scenes that kind of undercut by those jokes. This one, it was funny. I loved seeing all the characters interact. I felt like if I got teary-eyed a lot. Like I didn't like all out cry. Because I think there was just so much happening, so many deaths, but like there were a lot of moments like, where they fake you out too. And I will say this, I was wrong about my predictions about who was going to die. I thought Cap, Iron Man, I thought Nebula was going to die, I thought Hawkeye, and I think I thought someone else too, but I forget who else I picked. But I thought, Vision. Vision,
sort of right.
Vision's the only one I predicted that did die. You got to see him die twice, actually.
Yeah.
Which was really sad. And I kind of felt like up to this point the WandaVision relationship wasn't like maybe quite as well done, but
they really did it well in this one.
They nailed it.
It was done, but it was almost like it probably didn't need to be done.
It didn't.
Because in the other movies, they didn't really show like they had an interest. In the last one, it more or less showed like he felt bad for her because she was being forced to be locked away.
They in the last one they definitely. Even in the first one where they meet, like he goes and saves her, so there's a little bit of connection there, and there's definitely chemistry with them in Age of Ultron, and not in Age of Ultron, Civil War.
I think it goes beyond that though as an audience because as Jarvis, Vision's been with us since the beginning. Mm-hmm. So in a way, this integral part of Iron Man, I really liked that little detail where I thought, okay, they're going to sacrifice Vision to save everybody, but no, he's their friend, he's a person, he's not just this program. They do try to save him, though. Mm-hmm. They don't just give him up
until they have no choice but to try and just killing.
And at that point, he's telling them to do it and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true.
the only part in the movie that actually like made me even like teary-eyed was when Ahura was telling him to kill her, and then like she was like, "I love you more than anything," and I was like, I'd have a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
I would have rather shot myself in the head than pull it on her.
There were a lot of moments where they were sort of tugging at you, for sure. Yeah, but I really liked it. Well, is there anything about it you guys didn't like? I mean, just to be fair.
Just that part where Star-Lord fucks over half the universe.
But I mean, there has to be a reason these things happen.
I know, but
Though you pointed out something interesting. The part I thought at first was like, I was like, wait a minute, why did Doctor Strange give him the time stone? But you remember that point where we pointed out where he says he's looked at every possible future.
All the possibilities.
And there was
he's
one.
like, this is how it needed to be. So like, he had some plan.
That
He's got a
so
plan.
he's like, okay.
He's got a. I thought it was pretty cool though how he just like went like that and it like appeared almost like a star in like the distance and then it was like in his fingers. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Everybody gets a shot at Thanos.
Everyone gets hero moments.
Everybody shows off how cool they are in their own techniques. I love Doctor Strange's magic too.
The wizard.
The wizard. I don't think all the characters got to do as much. Like obviously, Black Widow, for instance, she's just kind of the side. A couple of them don't get as much time. But there
was that great three-way fight between Black Widow, the General from Wakanda, and Scarlet Witch versus the daughter of Thanos
With the horns.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, no, the fights were awesome.
Banner takes down one.
Yeah,
Banner
he
takes
got the
down
big
one
guy.
of the sons.
He
Yeah.
nuked him, just threw him into the force field. Yeah.
What the fuck were those things?
They were like Skrulls.
They didn't look like the Jatari though. They were like four-armed, weird, eyeless.
They almost looked like
things.
dogs at first. I was like, no, those aren't dogs.
It's like, what the fuck are these?
Like the way they're created is almost like how on that one Avatar movie where they're like cat and dog-like creatures had like two arms in the front and then hind legs.
Yeah.
That's how that was, but they were standing up like people. So it was weird. Couldn't really make
They had
out
like
what they were.
eyeless heads with giant fucking mouths and shit. It's like, the fuck are these things?
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, for a crossover movie, I think it just had a lot of story. Well, we have a few minutes left here. I wanted to ask you guys, and
Ratings?
let's try to give it a letter grade if we can right now. I mean,
You go last.
yeah, all right, I'll go last. I'll build it up. But the question, who gets? You know what? Special guest will go first. Goblin. All right. We usually the max you can go is an A+. What are you thinking about?
I think I gave it an A, mainly because it wound up being a lot better than I thought it would be.
Okay. An A is pretty solid. Why not an A+?
Sad ending.
Yeah. So,
Just kind of a really down note, despite all the fun.
a lot of tugging at the heartstrings.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
Yeah, I'll give it an A. I don't think I can watch this one as much as I watched the other two.
Okay.
But solid A, good movie. I think you should go see it.
Definitely. Gimli?
Have to agree. Just a straight A. I didn't really. I don't find any fault at all.
Yeah.
Give it to a A+, but felt like there's one or two things missing maybe, but I can't quite place it.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it's funny. No, I'll agree. I'll even just keep it very simple. Whoa, that was too close. Yeah, I mean, I was going to give an A too, because I feel like it's not quite perfect, just kind of for the sake of what it is.
Yeah.
But it's
You could tell there was a lot of effort put.
Definitely. And I mean, it was a really fun time. It's really entertaining. I agree, though. I think that it's a lot to take in. A lot happens, and there are a lot of intense moments too that it might not be as easy to absorb as some of the other Avengers movies. But it's really good, though. It's really good.
So buy it on Blu-ray.
Oh,
I would love to see the movie with like extended cut.
yes. Maybe like with some deleted scenes. Yeah. Oh.
You got to play an afternoon around it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a lot of movie.
This was a long movie. Had to hold it to
It
pee.
was almost 3 hours.
I would think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Damn.
Whew. But all right. I guess we'll end with farewell. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will sign off. Stay magical, everybody.